Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's Natasha, and if you're new here, I post daily videos talking about whatever's on my mind. These glasses are very Anastasia. I love it. It's very sunny here in London today. It's gorgeous. The bin men are running a bit late. Should have been here earlier, but they're just plodding along. Anyway, I'm on the way to the gym, so I'm hoping to post a gym video as I am back in the gym after 2 years off, as I've been recovering from an eating disorder and exercise bulimia, and yeah, just trying to not overdo it, but also really need to build muscle for health reasons. So I'm not doing it for body image or because, you know, when you lift heavy weights or when you over-exercise, you get adrenaline, and that can be really addictive for me anyway. So when I was addicted to the gym, I was going twice a day, was getting there at 5 a.m. I was doing really intensive workouts that didn't feel good. It was kind of like self-harm in a way, because I was doing things that I didn't enjoy. Just kind of because I was telling myself that to be a good person, no worries, sorry, thanks, to be a good person I had to go through pain, and I just was so used to feeling pain, really. Anyway, what I wanted to speak to you about on my way to the gym is why I believe in past lives. So I believe in past lives because I'm trying to think back to when I first started to believe in past lives. I think it's when I was living in, oh my gosh, that's so noisy. Can we go a different way? These roadworks are awful. My autism cannot handle the sounds of those. That's too much. Anyway, past lives. So when I lived in Ibiza, yes, you know, I was taking some things, but even when I was sober, sometimes I would meet people and I felt like I knew them on a really deep level. It was almost like, it's something I can't explain, but I knew them and I felt so familiar with them, and I felt good around them, and I felt like I could be myself around them just instantly without even wanting to get to know them at all. And some people would say that autistic people have heightened senses of energy. Like sometimes autistic people are confused with psychic people, because autistic people are very, very intelligent when it comes to picking up on patterns. So if an autistic person had, say, been in a narcissistic relationship, they would pick that up, but it's almost on a cellular energetic level. Anyway, I met my soul family in Ibiza, and I just know that I've been through past lives with them because I knew them so well on a soul level, and it's kind of like we were all brought there for a reason, and it just felt insane. Like the connections were insane. I felt closer to them than I felt with my family at points. I also think that my family are reincarnated, and I think all families are reincarnated to teach each other lessons, and that's why our families can be the ones that trigger us the most, because they're like the most important and influential souls that have been chosen to help your soul to evolve. So I do honestly believe that we choose our families, whether that's consciously or unconsciously, before we come here to Earth. But we all need to learn different lessons. So I think as well that we reincarnate with our family. So I have had a lot of past life readings as well. And I remember I was going through some difficult times with my parents, mainly when I first moved to London and I was still in drug addiction. And I went for these past life readings, and they told me about a lot of past lives that I've had with my father that made so much sense, and I just burst out crying and felt like I could really understand him and go back to those times and forgive him from those times. So it's almost like sometimes I feel like we have trapped emotions, unprocessed emotions in our bodies, in our soul, that we're carrying and energetically carrying these, like this sin and this guilt and this anger from generation to generation as souls, and we come down here to ultimately be at peace and feel only love, which is the highest vibration. So this thing with my dad, it was that like hundreds or thousands of years ago, whatever, he kind of like shipped me. We were a fairly wealthy family, and apparently I played piano a lot, which is weird because my dad loves to play piano. He's not great at it, but he did buy a piano and tried to play it, but that's another story. Something happened to the piano, which I won't go into. And yeah, so I could really envision how this was with my dad, and he shipped me off with another. Well, it was kind of like an arranged marriage. So I had to marry this other wealthy guy, and I just ended up having a really isolated and really miserable life, and all I really did was stay in the house and play piano. But at that time I was songwriting a lot, and I was really emotionally releasing things through music. And I had gone to a music university in Fulham, and just the way that she was talking me through these things, I was kind of in a meditative state as well, and I was back there and I could feel it and I could see it. It was pretty profound, honestly. It's like, I know it was real, you know. It's one of those moments where it's like you can't doubt it, because you're seeing it with your own eye, whether that's the internal eye or the eye. For me, they're both the same. It's like I'm seeing this flower, this is a flower, this is a rose. When I see the spiritual things, I see it, I can't unsee it. So me and my dad have had a lot of past lives. We also had, sorry about the noisy builders, I might wolf whistle at them, but I can't whistle, otherwise I would. If I could wolf whistle, I would be dangerous, because I would whistle at all the builders. Woo woo! Woo! Take your shirt off, mate! Just let them see how it feels to be harassed, like they do to women. Anyway, so another past life I've had with my dad was, he was a barbarian. He was like a army leader type guy, and I was quite mischievous, and I was under his power, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like the authority, so he tied me to the back of a horse, made the horse run around until I was dead, and that was a really horrible one that I had to go through and feel again to process, because my body was literally just like skin and bones because he'd done that to me. And as I was growing up, lavender. I had a problem with authority anyway, because I'm so ADHD, but especially with my dad. Like, that lavender smells so good. And then when the spiritual lady that was doing the past life regression explained this time to me when my dad murdered me in a past life, I managed to heal so much. And then my relationship with him energetically shifted massively, which is insane. But that's what happened. And oh my gosh, I've just found this run and leap. I'm gonna try it. Never been to this part. What if I jump off there now? Boop. Okay, that was fun. Yeah, so another past life I had. So I was going through, in my real life, in this life, I was going through some problems with, I got pregnant and I got rid of it, which I'm not proud of, and I'm actually pro-life, but the circumstances I was under, I'll do that in another video. Anyway, and I had some past life regression around fertility and babies, and my mum's side of the family have some issues with sexual abuse in the past, and a past life reading came up where I think it was my great grandmother had, and bear in mind this spiritual lady knows nothing about me, I've never told her anything about me, but she knew we were from the countryside. She knew so much about my nan. And apparently someone in the family had a baby with a cousin hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and then that baby was like hidden. I don't know what they did with it, but something quite bad. And I was also carrying energy of that, like guilt and shame around secretly having a baby, and then I don't know what happened to it, but it was quite bad. So yeah, and then my mom has had issues with like abusive relationships before she met my dad, and losing babies and all those kind of things that I think I've been energetically carrying. But now, over the years, I've been able to heal from them, and going for past life readings have really helped me to process those things and understand my family dynamics. So yeah, there's something called family constellation therapy, which is to do with the stars, I think. I don't know, but it's quite expensive to have it done. Someone does it around here. I might look into it again, actually. And it tells you can basically undo financial burdens and unbreak a lot of like family, what's the word? I want to say shackles, but you know what I mean. Blockages, energetic blockages that are blocking abundance. So yeah, I had another few past life readings. One was when I lived in the jungle and I was a princess, and that one was amazing because I kind of looked down at my toes and I had all this jewelry on and I was stood on a rock, and I'd love to relive that past life again. And then I had another reading where I was a kind of female pimp. So I ran a brothel, and my clients were very wealthy, and some with a royal family apparently. And now I'm running a female-only society, and I've worked in Mayfair, and even in Chelsea I'm serving famous people with lots of money. So I'm kind of reliving bits of that life as well. Maybe there's some more lessons to learn, but yeah, I'm at the gym now. I'll show you the Chelsea Harbour is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous day in London. Hopefully I get a good workout in and catch up with you later or tomorrow. Thank you so much. If you've had any past life readings or you believe in past lives, please drop a comment and let me know I'm not alone. Thank you for listening. Take care. God bless.